We're in the boiler room. Hey guys, how's it going? This is a day that's been a long time coming. My wife and I have been excited for this day in particular for many months since we brought that little Blancofchen tomato plant in last October to glean a few little orangish yellow balls of goodness off of it into early December. But it was just really a novelty, just an experiment. Got a few. But now, today, April 6th, Zone 6B, with the temperatures hovering around upper 40s, dipping into the low 40s. We are starting tomato plants today, guys. So I've got a lot of varieties to show you, and I've got them all laid out on the table here. So I'm going to cut the film, flip the camera around, and get my face off of the camera and just show you, give you a tour of this yellow table right here. I've got everything laid out. And we're going to just talk about a lot of these varieties and show them to you. So I'll be seeing you in a minute. All right, guys, here we are. And this is the hallowed table. This is the plant. This is the fruit or the vegetable, whatever you want to call it, that my wife and I get most excited for in the garden. And as far as the difference between what you can buy in the store as the store's counterpart compared to the home-grown counterpart, whether you're talking about cukes, eggplant, zucchini, okra, peppers, the tomato is going to be the most vastly different than the one you can get at the store. By no stretch of the imagination can you find a tomato that's even close to growing just an okay tomato from your own backyard. It's the best food on earth. So let's get into this, guys. I've got them broken up into categories. You can see it's kind of striped here, and you'll find out here in a minute. So we'll start right now. So Mountain Pride and Celebrity. These are both hybrids. Got these from True Leaf Seed Company. Love their packets, by the way. Beautiful. And I have not grown a lot of hybrids. I've grown 95 or 100% heirlooms, but there's something that James Prigioni and other people call hybrid insurance. And that's when if all your other tomato plants are going to fail, your hybrids will still be kicking because they have a lot more disease resistance. They've been bred and combined through different tomato varieties to create a more surefire crop. So we've got a couple different ones. Celebrity. I mean, if there could be a hybrid that could be considered almost an heirloom type hybrid, Celebrity would definitely qualify. It's been around for many years. And it's a great hybrid tomato, medium size, very prolific. Mountain Pride. I think it's a little smaller tomato, maybe 4 to 7 ounces, this fruit. So I'm going to grow 3 Celebrity and 2 Mountain Pride. These are the hybrids. These are going to make lots of tomatoes for us and lots of sauce. Moving over, talking about sauce, I'm going to grow 6 San Marzanos. The reason I've got just one stick there is that I'm going to put those in little seed starters and maybe transplant those up. The rest of these are going to go in these bigger pots and just stay in until they go into the garden, straight from seed. So I'm growing San Marzano paste tomato. That's the only one we're going to do paste tomato wise. We grew them last year for the first time. They did really good, and we're going to stick with them. I believe Monty Don over in England, one of their premier gardeners over there, loves the San Marzano paste tomato. So moving on to the cherry tomatoes. Got several of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cherry tomato plants we're going to put in. Here's yellow pear. I saved this seed packet. Look at this. November 3rd, 2011. My wife, so crafty and so handy. She made these homemade seed packets out of just regular paper, reused paper. You can see the print through there still. From 2011. So that's been 12 years. And you can see the seeds in the little thing here. So I'm going to grow a yellow pear to keep that going. Blancofchen means little blonde girl, I believe, in German. So wonderful variety. This is the Sun Gold we got from Botanical Interest Gardening Seed Company. Wonderful, sweet. We're growing 3 of those this year. My wife just loved them. Those were her favorite. And a lot of people say those are their favorite tomatoes of all. Even though, guess what? They're a hybrid, just like these 2 guys here. Peace Vine Cherry, got from a company that no longer sells tomato seeds or seeds, but I don't believe they do, but they're a wonderful company. I still think they do much work in the field of helping developing countries grow gardens, grow food, and be self-sustaining, yes. So wonderful company, Botanical Interests. We got a lot of seeds from them once upon a time in California. And they are based out of Willits, California, I believe. So Peacevine Cherry is a non-hybridized version of a Sweet 100, which we've all heard of. So that should be exciting, that we can save seeds from this. Not necessarily the Sweet 100, though. It won't produce true to form, just like these guys. It will be either produce undesirable characteristics of its parent plant, or who knows. Dwarf Johnson, we're going to plant a couple of these in pots because they're a small cherry tomato plant, and they're from the Dwarf Tomato Project that Craig LaHoulier headed up. He's one of America's premier, actually Craig and a lady, and I apologize, ma'am, if you're watching this. I don't remember your name, but wonderful lady that's teamed up with Craig to create this Dwarf Tomato Project. Just lots of varieties. And so Victory Seed Company is selling them a lot of the Dwarf Tomato Project seeds. So that's what that one's all about. Very excited about that. Okay, so that's cherry tomatoes. Let's move on to the small size tomatoes. Growing, close to a dozen of those. Green Zebra, we got to grow those. First year last year, and they were a knockout. Wonderful looking, amazing looking, and wonderful tasting. Peach Blow Sutton, an English variety. A little bit of a fuzz on it, hence the peach name. Stupus, that is a potato leaf variety. In other words, that foliage on this won't look so much like a tomato as it does look like a potato leaf. Sort of broader leaves, less serrated edges. So we're growing a couple of Stupus too, a nice 2 to 4 ounce fruit. All of these are anywhere from 2 ounce, almost the size of a large cherry tomato, up to the size of a tennis ball if you're really knocking it out of the park. They're a pretty small tomato. These are for all three from a small company called Renaissance Farms, just down the road from us in Bloomington, about an hour and a half away or so. And Curtis is the guy who, I believe Curtis is his name, that runs this place, Renaissance Farms. And so here's a gift he gave us, Yellowstone, not Yellowstone, but Yellowstone, a nice bicolor tomato, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of streaks of orangish red when you slice into it, and on the outside as well. Beautiful, very fruity tasting. That was a gift for buying. The Raspberry Vicrant, that was a medium-sized tomato. Obviously it's in this row, medium to small, as well as the Moonstone. So the Moonstone, the Raspberry Vicrant is sort of a ruddy red, sort of a soft red color. Excited to grow this. The Moonstone is quite green with black shoulders, meaning it's an antho variety. Lots of anthocyanins in it. Anthocyanins are in all tomato plants, but in particular the anthocyanin varieties that they've developed now, Moonstone being one of them. So green, but unlike the Green Zebra that has the stripes, this one has like a blackish top on it that the sun produces, and it's very rich. A lot of the blue fruits are very high in antioxidants, and the anthocyanins are right in there with there as far as benefits of that. So cool. Here's the medium-large tomatoes. Several of those as well. Not as many as the smaller tomatoes. Cherokee Purple, Craig LaHoulier as well, the guy who brought us the Dwarf Tomato Project, brought us the Cherokee Purple years ago. Came from Cherokee Indians, so very cool to have that bit of history. John Bauer, used to be a canning variety in this company, fell by the wayside, more rounded, better fruits, others better shipping qualities came along with other tomato fruits, and this one just fell away, but it's become an heirloom, oddly enough. Used to be for the industry, the food industry. Now it's an heirloom. Cherokee Carbon, I'll be growing that side by side. It is a hybrid that you can save the seeds of, I believe. I'm not sure. But it's from two great tasting heirlooms. The Carbon, which is very similar looking, but a little bit different color, that sort of brownish red of the Cherokee Purple and the Cherokee Purple. So Cherokee Purple and the Carbon tomato brought together to produce Cherokee Carbon. So I'll be growing these side by side just as an experiment this year. Paul Robeson, named by a famous opera singer in the 1800s. Wonderful variety. It's really the tomato grower's tomato in many ways. It's just amazing flavor. Once again, kind of a brownish tomato like these other ones here. I got this one as a free gift from Baker Seed. We ordered a bunch of seeds from them last year, and this is Thornbird's Terracotta, and it is just amazing. Honey brown skin, orange pink flesh, green seed mass. What more could you ask for, guys? This one's going to be amazing. Never have grown it before, so hoping to do good. Let's move on to the big boys. So lots of these. You can see I've got probably close to the same amount I've got of the smaller tomatoes. And Italian heirloom, I got to start with that one. My wife and I have grown that on and off for a decade. Just a great medium to large size tomato. Obviously an Italian heirloom, just wonderful. They grow so many good tomatoes over there. So here's a German heirloom called Canner Howell. It might even get bigger than the Italian heirloom. This tops out at about a pound. This one can push 1.5 pounds. So German variety, been around since 1916, I believe. Or what's this? I remember 1916. Okay, so the Reverend Mortal states it's originated in Germany, has been in his family, in the Reverend's family, since 1916. Seed Savers Exchange has brought that to us to be able to be available for us to buy. Old German tomatoes. I grew these the last year we were in California, and my mom was with us, and she was still able to kind of get around a little bit, and just we have memories of this tomato plant. I actually picked up this plant at a plant sale that some community event they were having, and I bought it, and it did good. It's a wonderful bicolor tomato, very similar to the Yellowstone, and so I'm excited about that. And so we're going to be growing the old German tomato again. Aunt Ruby's German Green is a giant green tomato, much like the Moonstone, and the Green Zebra stays green when it's ripe. Pineapple, a huge bicolor. So similar to the old German, similar to the Yellowstone. When you slice into it, it's just got this beautiful rainbow of color, so amazing. And here's one I'm really excited about, guys. Look at that, you saw the sign there. You got it right. Goat bag. It's goat bag tomato. This thing gets up to 2 pounds. Curtis, the same guy who sent me this up at Renaissance Farms, has been developing and selecting this seed from the goat bag till it finally got twice as big as the original goat bag. So I'm very excited about that. There we go, guys. 25 varieties. I'm just going to let you see as we progress through the year how these do, and we'll critique them and just be excited and share the qualities of them as they start to set fruit and everything. So there you go, 25 varieties, 48 plants. So that's all we got to do now is plant them. And I'll be putting these in these cups here in the next couple days. So we'll just watch them progress through the season, guys. Tomato season is upon us. Talk to you soon. 8 o'clock Tomato Talk, we're out. Please like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.